Hey everybody, welcome back. We're here. You've seen the title of the video, and yeah, I just want to tell my experience with Brian, Slicey Dicey, and I guess the end result is gonna be seen here soon, but probably gonna remain disappointed. But yeah, so overall, I just gotta say my experience with Brian has been, since fall of 2018. I really looked up to him. I know his channel was smaller. He was doing a lot of things, and one of the things that we came across was kind of a mutual respect for each other. He showed me some of the ropes of, knife reviewing, the community, because I was just a hobbyist. I still am to this day, an enthusiast, knife lover, knife collector, and you guys know that, you see that. But one of the things that came up over the years was, part of a pass around group together. All those experiences go well. We've bought knives from each other. Those transactions have all gone well. Help refer each other to different things. I mean, it was just a good mutual respect for fellow knife enthusiast YouTubers. One of the things I have to look at is, I guess, shame on me for going into an agreement without anything in writing. I got caught up in the excitement of it and opportunity to take my hobby to a different level. Basically be able to put something out there that more people would see on a different level. We're talking about things from, a quick short review video posted on a knife website to 2 knife articles posted on the same knife website. And so that's what kind of brings us here today. And Brian, if you watch this, I still am hopeful that when I open this package that you sent me, things are made right. And I know there's still some people hurt in the community, and you're trying to make amends on that. I know you're going through some things. You have some exciting stuff coming up in your life. We've already chatted about that. And yeah, so anyways, I'm just going to tell my story. We're going to talk about this. And yeah, that's why the video is not monetized, nothing like that. I just want to share this with you. I'm not looking for hateful comments, anything like that down below. So just understand that I just wanted to share this directly because I find out more people have been impacted the same way I have. And that really bothers me. You guys know me. You guys know how kind I am. And I'm not perfect, I've sent things out late. I forgot stuff before, and I'm like, oh my gosh, somebody contacts me. Hey, waiting on this still. Oh my gosh, get this out to you. That's how it goes. But I try to make amends on those things and take care of that stuff. So back June 29th, or I'm sorry, got it wrong already. I'm trying to look at my notes and stay focused. We have some cool stuff on the table though. We have that urban survival gear, tie scrap bolt. He has that new brass stuff. I want to check that out. That's kind of cool. I've been loving this pen. I have a Fisher refill in it. It works great. And of course the 940-1 with some blue thumb studs. Shout out to Adrian. Man. Okay, so just gonna jump into it. June 19th, 2020. My continued conversation with Brian over the years led to an opportunity where I was given that opportunity to basically, post a video, do a video, like a short review video. Brian was the editor at the Knife magazine at the time, and he said, hey, I'm starting a new gig, and I'm starting this new stuff on their website where I want to get more people interactive. He wants to do short reviews and videos from people in the knife community, people that, they'd recognize, like, oh, Zach posted a little video on this knife website. And it's, it's a knife magazine website, so it's kind of cool, And it's like, oh, hey, so you're gonna watch that real quick, and it's, they kept them at short reviews, so 5 minutes and under. Just give my perspective on a knife. Mine was the Benchmade 9400, the Auto 940, which is a terrific knife. You guys know me and my 940s. I love them. And so he asked me to do that video. And of course, obviously I want to help somebody out that's helped me out. He's shouted me out before and vice versa. But, it's one of those things where if somebody in the knife community, as you guys know, needs help, we're there to help out. And it gives me a little more exposure, but it also puts me outside my comfort zone, so to speak. I'm not big into video. I don't go face forward on the camera yet, but it's one of those things where I was like, yeah, of course. Like, I have the knife. Let me do a video and let me get it, over to you. You take a look at it. And so we did that. He liked it. He put it up on their, YouTube channel shortly thereafter. Nothing was promised for it. It was just, a way to get exposure and help him out with his new job. But also same day, about the same time, he asked if I was interested in writing up an article for the Benchmade Meat Crafter for the print magazine. And this is their first Meat Crafter they came out with. It was kind of a limited edition, and it was one of those things where that really puts me outside my comfort zone. I'm not a writer. But of course I'm like, hey, you know what? I got some good people around me. I'll try to put some stuff together. I'll do a bunch of research online as well. What do you need? He's like, well, about 2,000 words or so, a bunch of pictures. I'm like, okay, I can do that. So got some pictures, done, and wrote up an article. And I also have to say, when he first asked me that on June 19, 2020, in that same message, he asked me if I was interested in writing it up for the print magazine. He said it'd be $400. That's what I was promised. And I'm putting it out there just monetary wise, so you guys know. I don't need to show the messages, nothing like that. It's what it is. And Brian knows that, I know that, and now you guys are going to know that. I bring that up only because so many other people have been wronged, and I don't think it's right. I really hope, Slicey sent me a knife back that he had for a few months that he was doing a comparison review on, because we'd done that several times back and forth with each other. Hey, you have that knife, you have a couple of these, I had some Benchmates he needed. We swapped that stuff back and forth, never had problems with it. So I was like, I had no intentions, I had no idea that there would be any other intentions other than, hey, when I was done delivering this, I'd get $400. I'd use it for the channel. So I was like, hey, what could I do to get, to put that money to use for my channel? And I was like, you know what? I'd already been searching out. I already had a patch stuff designed, which is these right here, the dskfs patches, do something kind for someone. And I was like, you know what? Let's do it. That patch order was over $400, but I was like, let's do it. It'll pay the majority of it. That's fantastic. So it's something really that I was like, hey, it'd be a fun experience. I don't want to have a career in writing. It's not for me. It's just not what I do. But it gave me a great opportunity to really kind of expand, look at how that, that whole area is with print and that kind of media. So those of you who do it, rock and roll, man. Much love to you guys. That's awesome stuff. And so I got the article out to him. It was a short deadline, and got the article to him. I had a couple. I sent him a thing and said, hey, I'm working on this. I got it all written out, but I'm a little short of the $2,000, or the 2,000, not $2,000, but 2,000 words. And he said, that's fine. All I need is like 1,500, and then the photo stuff. So I sent him that. Timeline wise, June 22nd, 2000, I sent him the 9400 video. June 26th, 2020, or I'm sorry, not 2000. June 22nd, 2000, I sent him the 9400 video. It posted a short time later on that website, which was like June 25th. So that got posted within 5 days. And then I was asked to write a second article for a different type of knife. And I won't say it because it never got published. But there's some reasons for that, because communication kind of fell apart. Money kind of fell apart. So things didn't get fully completed on either end. I had everything done on my end, but I also didn't want to send everything because I still hadn't got paid for the first one. And so, same time, there's things happening in people's lives. I have things going on in my life. I'm working 2 jobs and doing my YouTube channel. Also have things going on in my personal life. I know Brian had things going on in his personal life too. And we all do. That's whatever, everybody goes through it. And, June 21st, 2020, the Meat Crafter article was posted, and it was printed in the magazine. And so I'm going to show you those real quick. And then we'll get back into some other details, but I got my laptop right here, but just so you guys can see, this is still up on their website. You can see when it got published there, June 25th. The other thing is this article right here, on the Meat Crafter itself. And sorry, I'm kind of holding my laptop up. It's not the best. But you can see everything that I've provided, my article, all that good stuff. I was pretty proud of it. I had to just work together and make it happen. But I think I did pretty good. And like I said, I was proud of it. And I even had some friends of mine, which was kind of cool because out here on the West Coast, we don't see a lot of those magazines. But something that was really touching to me, and if you ever visit, you'll see it. But, they found and bought, and it chokes me up a little bit because it's pretty cool what they did, but they found and bought, all the ones they could find of it. And they took one and they sent it to a local person that does framework and those kind of things. And they put it up in a really cool, framed poster format with the stuff on it and the cover and then the inside article and spreadsheet or spread. And I was like, that was just pretty touching. It was pretty cool thing. So if you guys watch this, thank you guys very much. And you guys know that because you guys are the best. But it's pretty cool that somebody did that for me. And, it's just something I hung in my office all the time. And I'm just like, and even to this day, I'm just like, it's kind of cool. It's one of those things where you're like, I know I'm not a writer, but, it was fun to do. And, the disappointing side of it is I never got paid for it. And I get it. I had 2 jobs at the time and I wasn't financially, broken by it. But at the same time, it was something that I was going to put towards the channel, something that I could really put towards the patches. I wouldn't have to sell the patches really because I'd already had the money for it. So I took money from my second job because anything I made in my second job pretty much went to the channel at that point. Because if you guys know, fellow YouTubers, we're not in it for the money. It's paying for stuff that we're doing on here and giving back to the community. It's what do something kind for someone's all about. So, did that. The whole issue of the second article went down. That was at the end of July 2020, and I was asking for my money with Brian. And, I heard nothing's been paid yet. And, you need to fill out a form and send it to, the Knife magazine and then they'll pay you. And I'm like, okay, I need to get the form. Okay, I'll email it to you, those kind of things. And that stuff went on for, a couple months. Different messages where I asked him for the money again and for the form. And he's like, yeah, I haven't really talked to him much. I'll message him on Facebook. The person really likes me. I'll get a hold of him. But same stuff went on. Then August 30th of 2020, I just said, hey, I'm looking for the money again. Haven't been paid. What's going on? I haven't seen a form from you, from them, from nobody. We're like, what's happening? And basically what I received back was, hey, I'm kind of not really talking to them anymore. And, they kind of severed all ties. He doesn't have access to his editor email anymore. And, that was it. And basically, we shared some other information back and forth. We talked on the phone, some other stuff. But he's like, yeah, he's still waiting to be paid as well. So in September, after a little bit more of not hearing from anybody, September 18th, 2020, I just said, hey, can I get the info from them, for them directly, and I'll contact them and figure out what's going on. And he said, oh, I'll message her, you know, and, you know, he's still upset and frustrated because they still owe him $3,000 of the money that they were promised him. So that's kind of at the point where I didn't hear any more after that. You know, and at that point I had already purchased my patches out of my own money and just moved on. You know, at a certain point you kind of know, like, okay, shame on me. And, you know, that's when I was like, all right, well, you know, the other article, that's why I didn't send everything in, because I'm like, there's no point in sending stuff in for not getting paid. And at that point, I was still torn. Like, is he getting paid for it and not paying me? Are they not paying people? I didn't know. I was only getting his story and no contact information for the knife magazine. So let's see here. That's where we're at. So, you know, when things kind of broke through with Super Steel Steve on YouTube, or I'm sorry, on Instagram and YouTube, and there were some conversations had on live stream and some other videos between Slicey Dicey and OCD for EDC, and, you know, some information was posted there showing some, you know, untruthfulness. And then all of a sudden, bam, out of the comments, you know, a bunch of people were like, yeah, I didn't get this, I didn't get that. And, you know, and that's the thing. Like, you know, if somebody wins something, you got to send it out, you know. That's the point of it. And then what really struck me was people basically not being paid for the same type of work. So let me close my laptop here. But people being paid for the same type of work, and people I know that are YouTubers. And I'm like, what in the heck? So anyway, so I reached out to Brian. I'm like, hey man, can you send me all my stuff back? You know, and my thought process is, you know, if he's trying to take care of people, and the information I have is that, you know, a couple weeks prior to this all coming out, you know, there were knife sales going on that he had done. And, you know, to boot, I supported him as a member, and, you know, he supported me as a member about almost as much of each other's channel. But I also support him on his Patreon. As you guys know, I donate to so many people's live streams, those kind of things, just to help other YouTubers out, because I know how it goes, you know. And you guys in the community are fantastic. You guys donate to us, and that really helps drive the channel, you know, because I can purchase knives, I can purchase other EDC gear, pay for shipping, you know. I mean, it's $9-10 a pop to send stuff out in a small package, you know. So I just want you guys to know you guys are great. But when I asked for that stuff, I just got a really quick reply. I know everything had kind of broke open. He was going through a lot, and I just said, hey, can you send me my stuff back and, you know, make this right? Well, let's, you know, be done. Not exact quote, because I'm not going to quote emails and all that. I mean, but yeah, he messaged back and said, sure thing, you know, and didn't get any tracking or whatnot, but it showed up, you know, a couple days later. And so I was going to do a video. I was going to do this PSA, which will still be coming up on my channel. So please check it out, because I want to show you a couple Benchmade knives. One's a Benchmade, one's not. And it's a PSA because somebody is trying to sell me a Benchmade. And I have a pretty good picker on Benchmades and when things are bogus. And I did verify it as well. So look for that kind of PSA video coming up. That's a pretty fun one. Just kind of breaks it down, things to look for. But I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to put this stuff away. I'm going to go ahead and get the package that Brian, Slicey Dicey, sent me, and see if, you know, the knife's in there, the condition of it, and also if he's making things right and paid for the work I did, you know, over a year ago. So anyways, if it's in there, fantastic. He's making things right. If it's not, I'm moving on. That's what I got to do. So if you listen to all this, you guys are awesome. If you skip through it, I get it. I totally get it. But, leave a positive comment down below, and, talk about something good that's going on in the knife community. And I appreciate your guys' support, and I'm going to still rock the do something kind for someone, because, we're all going to run across bad experiences, and we just got to keep moving, having fun. And, this weekend we're going to have some fun. And also coming up, you're probably going to see some a fun giveaway that I talked about last weekend. And I apologize for the delay on it, because I've been pretty bummed out after all this stuff kind of broke loose and finding out everything that happened. But enough rambling on. I'm going to get this stuff cleared out. I'm going to grab the package. We're going to open it. We're going to see what's inside, and we'll go from there. So we'll be right back. Okay, so we have the package here from Slicey Dicey, from Brian. We know what's supposed to be in here. You guys have heard the story, and here we go. If there is any information in here, addresses, stuff like that, I will be turning it away, which it looks like there is. But open it with the Neutron 2. Pretty handy little deal. So let me crack this open on this side. I know we're all waiting to see this. There is address information over here, which is kind of a bummer, but we'll try to get it turned out of the camera view real quick and see if we can do it that way, just so we can get it opened up, get the package out. I don't need to put anybody's info out there on blast. Okay, so packaged up nicely. We'll get this part of the package open, cut away from myself, of course. Neutron 2 is very slicey, which is very cool. It's a great, great knife. TRM, Three Rivers Manufacturing. So it looks like we're done with that. We will put this away, safety first. And we'll see what's in the box. Paper bag. Recycle, and my ProTech Magic 2, and a letter, and Slicey Dicey stickers, 2 of them. So I'm going to take the letter off screen here real quick. There's nothing else in here besides the letter, it looks like. So I will read that in just a minute. Off screen, if you don't mind, for a second. Not really a letter, just a note. Sorry it took so long to get it back to you. I threw in a couple stickers. Maybe they'll be collectible soon. That's it. So we will go ahead. We're going to take a peek. Check out the ProTech Magic 2. If you guys haven't seen it, check it out. It's pretty cool. It's a really cool knife, especially how it functions. So yeah, so that's what we have. You guys know the story. ProTech Magic 2. A very, very awesome and fun, cool knife. See if we can remember how to open it there. Yep, it's pretty nice. I like it. A little dirty. I'll get it cleaned up. 154 cm. Whiskers design. I like this knife. Anyways, hope you guys are doing good. That's going to conclude this video. Leave me your comments down below. Make sure to do something kind for someone. Have an awesome rest of your day. But most importantly, you guys take care.